What's going on, everyone? Welcome and thank you for stopping by. Today, we are talking about JRPGs on the Nintendo Switch. Now, as most of you know, the Switch is one of the best consoles for JRPG fans, and it boasts an unbelievable library of games. I'm super excited to go through my top 10 that truly shine on Nintendo's hybrid console. Many of these titles seamlessly transition from dock to handheld modes and manage to deliver an immersive experience whether you're playing on the big screen or taking the Switch on the go with you. You see, JRPGs have an incredible ability to be really immersive at times, making it almost impossible to set the games down. They cater super well to different play styles, be it the more lengthy play sessions or a short session on the go or something. And I know personally, once I'm hooked, it's hard to put these things down, as I'm sure many of you can relate. So with all that in mind, let's dive right into it. First up, I have Triangle Strategy. This is a tactical RPG done with the HD 2D art style and developed by the same studio as Octopath Traveler, hence the naming convention seemingly thought up by the same individual, but all that is besides the point, and similar to Octopath Traveler, this game is insanely good. Triangle Strategy seamlessly blends a compelling narrative with strategic gameplay. It's set in a beautifully crafted world with stunning visuals. The game pulls you into a morally complex storyline filled with political intrigue and personal choices that impact the course of this story in ways games try to achieve but often fall short. The decision-making mechanic is what shines here, and it really helps Triangle Strategy stand out. Choices absolutely affect the storyline and character relationships, and this adds a layer of depth and replayability to the game. It encourages multiple playthroughs to explore the wide variety of different outcomes. Now, the pacing can take some getting used to for sure, and therefore some players might find the lengthy dialogue sequences hard to absorb, but I truly feel the opposite. In fact, I think at times playing this game feels very similar to sitting down with a good book, and it's one of the reasons I think this game shines on the Switch. It is perfect for portability and long or short handheld play sessions. Definitely give this game a chance if you haven't. It's truly one of my all-time favorite tactical RPGs, and it's one that kept me thinking about it long after I finished playing. Next up, we've got Bravely Default 2. Now, this is a game that should be played by any fan of the old school traditional JRPG formula. This is a nostalgic homage to the classics that manages to blend tradition with modern game mechanics. The game follows a band of heroes on a quest to restore elemental crystals and save the realm from impending doom, so pretty standard JRPG fare. But visually, the game shines with its charming art style and vibrant settings. The art style may take some getting used to though. The environments are amazing, but personally, I am still not super fond of the character models. That doesn't take away from the incredible game that is Bravely Default 2. The updated job system adds depth to the gameplay and allows players to mix and match abilities across different classes, and it offers a wide variety of strategic possibilities in battles. The Brave and Default mechanics specifically are what built the foundation of the Bravely Default series, and they're here again with Bravely Default 2 for sure, and it allows characters to store or expend turns for powerful combos. It adds a layer of tactical depth to every battle and creates some really hard decisions for you to make when it's time to go up against those long drawn out boss battles. You're really going to have to put some thought into your approach. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with Bravely Default 2, and I think it's absolutely perfect fit for the Switch. I did a lot of grinding in this game simply because I adore the battle system that much, and I loved having this portably for that reason. Quick play sessions and grinding a bit. The game plays great in handheld mode and also looks incredible on the big screen. Give this one a shot if any of this sounds appealing to you. Ys 8 is next up on the list, and it's an action-based JRPG that delivers a thrilling adventure in a vibrant island setting. You'll assume the role of a seasoned adventurer who finds himself stranded on an island after a shipwreck. You're tasked with surviving and uncovering the island's secrets, and you'll form alliances with other castaways to unravel the mysteries throughout the story. The game really shines with its fast-paced hack-and-slash combat system, offering fluid and responsive combat mechanics that kept me engaged throughout the whole game. Switching between characters with distinct fighting styles added depth to the combat, making it super enjoyable. The reason I think this game is perfect for the Switch is because exploration is really a key element to this game, and the open world design and the island encouraged me to venture into every nook and cranny of it. I could spend a ton of time just diving into everything Ys 8 has to offer. This is an amazing and fun handheld experience, but the game also feels larger than life on the big screen. It's colorful and the art style is absolutely stunning. I love this game, and I think it is easily one of the best JRPGs on the Switch. Next up, I have Star Ocean Second Story R. Now, I've spoken a lot about this game since it's released. I think it's easily one of the best JRPGs released this year. There's so much to love about this one. It looks amazing, and I'm such a fan of what Square is doing with the classics that they're remaking. There's several quality of life fixes and a brand new coat of paint. If you've never played Star Ocean Second Story, then Second Story R is a great entry point. The story is great, and the characters are really easy to get attached to. And my favorite thing about the game personally, though, has to be the real-time action-based combat system, offering fluid and dynamic battles that require both strategy and skill, the ability to control each party member during combat, and the extensive skill and customization options really add depth to the gameplay. I mean, I reviewed this game on the channel a while ago. I had so many positive things to say about it. If you haven't seen that video yet, be sure to go check it out. I dive much deeper into Star Ocean Second Story R. So if you're interested in this game, but you want more details, go check that one out. Otherwise, give this one a go. It's a ton of fun on the Nintendo Switch. Moving on to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is one of my favorite Fire Emblem games, full stop. They definitely leaned really heavily into the Persona type format here, with the pacing and activities done to grow the relationships between characters. When you're not on the battlefield, you can really feel what they were going for here. This is a masterful blend of strategic gameplay, engaging storytelling, and a character-driven story, marking a really interesting entry into the Fire Emblem series. It's really not like many of the other games. The game follows the journey of a professor at an academy tasked with guiding one of the three noble houses and their students through a web of political intrigue, personal growth, and ultimately war. The game puts a huge focus on its character development and storytelling, presenting a diverse cast of students and faculty, each with their own compelling backstories and motivations. The bonds formed with these characters feel genuine and significant, and those bonds influence both the battlefield and the narrative in a multitude of ways. As with any other Fire Emblem game, though, the strategic battles are at the heart of the gameplay, offering intricate tactical challenges with a rock, paper, scissors style weapon triangle. The branching storyline based on the house you choose, though, presents extensive replay value, almost never before seen in a Fire Emblem game, as each path unveils different perspectives, character interactions, and story revelations. Each of the three storylines really changes things up in a significant way. I love Three Houses and think it's a great fit on the Switch. I honestly love playing tactical RPGs on a handheld, and personally, this is one of the best ones out there. Now we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is a super ambitious JRPG, and it still amazes me that this and the third game run on the Switch at all. It really is incredible. Anyway, the game follows the journey of Rex, a young salvager, and Pyra as they embark on an epic quest to reach Elysium. I love all the Xenoblade games. In fact, I don't know that I could pick just one over the others in terms of what was better, but I do credit Xenoblade 2 for really helping me truly fall in love with the series. The base game combined with the Torna expansion gave us honestly one of the all-time best JRPG stories ever. At the core of the game lies a vast and visually stunning open world, teeming with diverse landscapes, a wide variety of enemy designs. The views of the environments really adds depth and immersion to the exploration, in my opinion, and is one of the most appealing aspects to the series as a whole. The real-time combat system is definitely a highlight for me, but I can definitely see how it can deter some players due to its complexity and the game's lack of an accessible tutorial. It offers a blend of strategic depth and fast-paced action. You can command a team of characters called Blades, each with unique abilities in truly larger-than-life battles that require tactical positioning and combo execution. Speaking of Blades, there is a collecting aspect to this, so if you're a fan of the Pokémon series, you might find that a ton of fun. I really love the Xenoblade series overall and think this is a great game that any fan of the genre really should dive into. All right, it's Persona time. I absolutely love Persona, and I absolutely cheated with this entry. I'm putting Persona 3, 4, and 5 here. I played Persona 3 on the PSP, Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, and replayed Royal on the Switch. Persona games just feel right at home on a handheld system, so that's why I cheated with this one. 3, 4, and 5 are all on the Switch, and all of them should be played as they're all amazing games, absolute masterpieces. Combining life simulation with dungeon crawling and traditional JRPG elements, Persona games offer a distinctive blend of gameplay mechanics. You'll spend time managing relationships, attending school, and then diving into dungeons where you battle monsters using your personas. The characters in Persona games are vibrant, multi-dimensional, and relatable. As you spend time with them, building relationships and understanding their stories, you'll feel connected and invested in their growth. Nothing beats the series' stylish visuals, fantastic art design, and incredibly catchy music that perfectly complements the game's themes and atmosphere. I love different aspects of each game, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that Persona 4 is likely my favorite, but you can't go wrong with any of these. They all play great on the Switch, and if you're a fan of JRPGs or you want to really start getting into JRPGs, then Persona is an absolute must-play franchise. Next up, we have my personal favorite Pokemon game on the Switch, and that's Pokemon Legends Arceus. This game marks a groundbreaking departure from traditional Pokemon games, offering a bold and refreshing take on the franchise. You'll embark on an exhilarating adventure aiming to create the region's very first Pokedex and uncover the mysteries surrounding legendary Pokemon. This idea was incredible. When they announced Pokemon Legends, I was really intrigued, especially with the trailer and kind of matching things up with like the Breath of the Wild aesthetic. They really opened things up to what Pokemon could be, and did it deliver? Not 100% fully on the Breath of the Wild style Pokemon experience we were all waiting for, but it did give us something that I think is really amazing. The game introduces the open world environment, provided a sense of freedom and exploration kind of unmatched in any of the previous titles in the series. You'll explore diverse landscapes, encounter Pokemon in the wild, and engage in real-time battles. The incorporation of a more action-oriented catching system where I could directly interact with the Pokemon in the wild added a new level of immersion for me. When they took that away from Scarlet and Violet to a certain extent, I was pretty disappointed. I really loved what Pokemon Legends did. It was really great. As with any Pokemon game, there are some technical issues here and there, but nowhere near the level of Scarlet and Violet. If you haven't played Pokemon Legends, then you definitely should. Now, I couldn't have a list of best JRPGs on Switch without having Dragon Quest XI-S on it. This is an incredible JRPG that masterfully encapsulates the essence of the classic experience while introducing modern elements. This formula is a staple for the Dragon Quest series. The game is set in a beautifully crafted world and follows the journey of a luminary hero destined to save the world from darkness. The combat is engaging, and it offers a strategic turn-based system that resembles classic mechanics but has more of a modern twist to it. The ability to swap between 2D and 3D graphics on the fly is absolutely incredible, and I've never seen anything like it. It adds a nostalgic touch and hasn't really been done by any other game. I personally love this, and it's so crazy that you can play through the entirety of the game with both. Overall, this is an amazing journey that pays homage to the Dragon Quest roots with its charming storytelling, engaging gameplay, and beautifully crafted world. If you're a fan of the Dragon Quest series, you'll love Dragon Quest XI. The only knock on it that I personally have is the soundtrack. I wasn't a huge fan of it, and the music they played during the battle just got old really quick because it's super repetitive. But other than that, this is one of the best JRPGs out there. Lastly, I have Octopath Traveler 2, which is likely my favorite JRPG on the Switch and one of my favorite games released this year. The combat system, the characters, the story, and oh man, the music, they all come together to create a JRPG that encompasses everything that I love about this genre. The game's standout feature is still its storytelling format, offering 8 distinct characters with their own narratives, allowing you to explore their individual stories in a non-linear fashion. Some are going to resonate with you more than others, but the great thing that I've found about this game is from speaking to other people that have played it, some of the storylines that I really connected with were different than the storylines that connected with other people. Maybe some of the ones that I thought weren't as exciting, someone else really adored them, and that's what I absolutely love about this. That pairing with the HD 2D art style makes for one of the best games out there. Everything has been refined in the sequel, from the art style to the shortcomings from the original that were addressed. I'm just such a huge fan of this format, and it just keeps the game feeling fresh as you play through. A variety of different settings and storylines with different characters that all have different abilities and play styles. This game never felt repetitive and feels fresh all the way through. It deserves huge credit for that. If you're a fan of JRPGs and want something modern but classic, then this is the game for you. I've spoke a lot about Octopath Traveler in my previous videos, and in my opinion, this is one of the best out there. Well, everyone, that's my list of JRPGs for the Nintendo Switch. These are the games that I loved having on the handheld. They had me hooked for sure, and being able to take them anywhere is just such a huge advantage. If there's any games that you think should have made the list, then let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I'm out.